Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. First of all, if you're new here, my name is Dynasty Lorenzo and I create self-care content along with wellness content that includes physical and mental glow-ups. I'm so thankful that you have come across my video. If you're already one of my subscribers, oh my god, that makes me feel like a real YouTuber. I'm also very thankful that you love my energy enough to come back. Thank you very much for tuning back in and watching another video. I looked outside my window and I'm like, whoa, it's very gloomy outside and it is the first few days of fall. Girls, we're finally in the fall season, which is one of my favorite seasons ever. And I have to explain a little bit as to why fall is one of my favorites. I feel like the reason why fall is one of my favorite seasons is because it reminds me of going back to school and just getting myself back into that organization and into grind mode. We're gonna be talking a little bit about that further into this video. But as you can see for the title of this video, we're gonna be talking about physical and mental glow-ups you can do today to become your dream and best self. Every single YouTube video that I make, I'm like, I'm so excited to be creating another YouTube video for you guys. But truthfully, the reason why I'm so excited is because I feel like I live every topic with you guys, especially for this one. I'm currently in this glow up season of my life, and as mentioned before, fall is one of my favorite seasons to really look inward and think to myself, okay, like what are the things that I want to prioritize for the next 4 months, especially because it's right before the end of the year. So it really just gets me right back on track into my goals. I look at my vision board and I'm like, okay, this I have done, this I haven't done, and it just reprogrammed this whole different side of me that I love when it comes back. I love when that inspo and creativity brings me back to life. So that is the current season that I am in. And with that being said, let's get straight into the glow up tips that I have for you. So as we enter this fall glow up era, I would love for you to think about how you're able to do your hair routine that caters to your specific looks. Whether it is a good haircut style, a hair color, hair trimming to specifically shape your face. Our hair is a huge part of our looks, which is why I decided to put it as the first one on this list. For me, I obviously have to re-dye my roots and it is bothering me so much that I haven't done so. I feel like every single video that I've been doing, I'm like, I have to re-dye my roots. But I'm still taking care of my seborrheic dermatitis. I should be able to do it at least by the end, well, we're almost at the end of this month, but at least by the beginning of October, because this ain't it, girl. Anyways, I wanted to show you an example of my natural hair color. While I do love the way that I look with my natural hair color, I also feel like it makes me look a little bit dull. So one of the ways that I decided to glow up this year is by dyeing my hair for the first time in a big while. Two of the things that I would mention to you if you want to dye your hair is to, one, look for a color that doesn't look like you've dyed your hair. Does that make sense? Por ejemplo, I feel like it goes really well with my skin tone and it brings out that vibrancy that I'm looking for within my skin. I feel like what I'm trying to explain is a little bit hard, but somebody said that to me in one of my videos. I basically posted a YouTube short of me dyeing my hair and the process, the before and after, and she said, wow, I wouldn't have thought it would look so good. I usually don't like colored hair that looks unnatural. There you go. That's exactly what I was looking for. But you really look like you could have natural red hair. The tone is completely perfect. Yes, that is exactly what I mean. Tone matters, and you don't want it to look unnatural. You would want it to look like it's blending very well and that it complements your skin tone in order for you to look like your best higher self. Just to let you know some of the tips I'm gonna run through fairly quickly. Other tips I'm going to explain a little bit further more, just like I did the hair one. Another tip that I have is that low intensity workouts work so well when it comes to aiding in your weight loss journey. I've been able to lose 18 pounds just off of doing a really good diet and also doing mat Pilates right from home. I'm the type of person that has a love and hate relationship with the gym. There's some seasons where I love it, there's some seasons where I hate it, but one thing that will never change is me loving to do my workouts at home. There's just a different type of comfort that comes with it. And if you know the type of person that you are, like if you're like me and you know that you have a loving-hate relationship with the gym, try creating an environment at home that would allow you to keep your consistent workout routine within the comfort space that you're desiring. Make sure that you have your mat, make sure that you have your weights, make sure that your workout clothes are in place. Just make it easier for yourself for you to be consistent with that habit. But yeah, low intensity workouts by Rachel's Fit Pilates and walking, amazing. The next one that I have written for you guys is wearing what feels flattering to you and not wearing something more toned down to make someone else feel better about themselves. That is one that I'm currently struggling with. I would be lying to you if I said that it was easy to just wear whatever I want without caring about what anybody else would think. So I'm the type of person that I am super girly. Like, I love wearing heels, I love doing the most, I love wearing dresses and short skirts, and just like, I love being a girl. That's like my thing. Like, I'm a girly girl, might as well make the most use out of it. So I love wearing heels, but what I don't love is that heels in New York City, they're not in. Like, they're just not. So many girlies wearing dresses with sneakers, which it is completely fine. Like, I'm not saying that that's not okay, but I do wish that more people normalize wearing heels more often, because now that wearing sneakers more often has become normalized, guys. Even my family, they're like, what are you doing? Like, we're just going over here. And I'm like, yeah, like, yeah, that's how I'm dressed for the day. What do you mean? Don't come for me. I love doing the most with my outfits. I put quotes because apparently wearing heels is like doing the most. I love wearing heels. I love feeling beautiful. I love feeling like a woman. It's my favorite thing ever, and that's something that I'm currently working on doing, because sometimes I get turned off by people telling me you don't have to wear heels and blah blah, and I'll be like, oh okay, because they're wearing sneakers, and it's like I put my happiness and joy to the side just to make somebody else feel more comfortable about the fact that they're wearing sneakers and not heels. And it's like, think about yourself. Wear whatever you actually want to wear. And truthfully, that's what's going to make you stand out in your own personal style. That's a tip that I also have to keep in mind for myself. Another great tip that I have for you when it comes to fashion is to dress as your little Venus sign. Okay, so if you didn't know what the planet of Venus represented in your birth chart, Venus is a planet of love, beauty, harmony, seduction, and aesthetic taste. Astrologers always say that dressing as your Venus sign is what's going to, one, make you stand out, and two, is also going to be the look that complements you the most. I personally have a Capricorn Venus, and when you look up on TikTok what a Capricorn Venus aesthetic is like, they're always putting office girl looks, and that upsets me. And the reason why it upsets me, because there's more to us than just looking like we're going into the corporate world. And the reason why everybody always goes towards like the more corporate look when it comes to a Capricorn Venus, it is because the color that looks good on us is white, as you can see, black, grays, literally office girl colors. But if you are a Capricorn Venus just like me and you're looking to put your aesthetic together, I'm gonna be showing you what the actual Capricorn Venus style is like when it comes to their aesthetic, their vibe, their fashion taste. I feel like our fashion taste is more than looking like we're heading into the corporate world. When you think of a Capricorn Venus, or when you think of my fashion sense, this is what I want you to envision. Think more like a 90s supermodel, more like Sade, that classic chic, sleek aesthetic, but yet put together, a little pop of color such as blues and reds, and overall very minimal, which is what I feel like completes the look. Always dress as your Venus sign and do your hair and makeup as your rising sign. I feel like the next two tips could be combined together. Figure out what you'd like to do in the future and work backwards. And second, learn how to be okay with being misunderstood. That is another gentle reminder that I have to constantly give to myself, because I always felt like the black sheep growing up, and I always felt very misunderstood, especially with the passions and the dreams that I'm wanting to achieve in this lifetime. I'm the type of person that always likes to dream big, and I shoot for the stars. Like, the world is my oyster. I'm gonna go for everything. But at the same time, I'm constantly surrounded by people that are very logical, or people that just don't really have that advantage of mine because they think that they're too old to even think like that, or they're just not like me in general. So that's why I say to learn how to be okay with being misunderstood, because you don't want to let somebody like that to crush your dreams. They're gonna understand eventually. The next tip that I have for you is to rebrand yourself over and over again until you finally feel like you got it right. While on one hand I could be very rigid and very set in stone, on the other hand I could be very radical. For a long time I always felt guilty for wanting to change my mind about something, or wanting to change my mind about some habits or traits that I wanted to change about myself. Or maybe I liked something and I'm like, okay, maybe I actually changed my mind. I don't want to pursue that anymore. I've always felt very guilty because, as mentioned before, I'm very set in stone in my ways. On the other hand, I learned how to be okay with rebranding myself until I finally feel like it's right for me. And even if eventually it doesn't feel right anymore, I'm glad that that chapter of my life served its purpose. I'm the type of person where I'm like, I like this, I like that. Then some time passes and it completely changes me, and I'm like, I hate this. Like, I don't want this anymore. And I rebrand myself, and I reinvent myself, and I change my entire life based off what I feel now, and that is okay. I learned how to be okay with that. So rebrand yourself until you finally feel like you've got it right. And also, another good tip that I have for you is to rebrand yourself or adjust your branding of yourself. And by branding, I just mean like the essence of who you are. I find that as someone who's constantly changing their mind, and it is also very radical in the things that I like to do, radical and impulsive, which are not bad, but those are things that I've learned how to work and deal with. Adjusting my branding, or like the essence of who I am, according to each season of the year, just feels so right for me. Like, for example, during this fall, creating my little mood board on what the essence of Dynasty during this season is gonna be. I want to be a little bit more fall aesthetic. I want to dress a different type of way. I want to reach certain career goals. Yeah, that has been something that has been working for me as of lately. This is another one of those quick tips, but something that I've been loving lately is going hard in grind mode for the fall and winter, and embracing the slower seasons like spring and summer. There's something about fall that just makes me want to become the best version of myself, and I love it, so might as well take advantage of it. If you're a person that would love to include tea more often within your day, I highly suggest drinking it first thing in the morning. That way you don't forget. I have been taking raspberry leaf tea every single morning, and it has been doing my skin really well. I don't have have any makeup at the moment. So this is what my skin is currently looking like. I love the glow that it has been giving to my skin, and I also feel like it's been working a lot with my acne breakouts. It is also very well if you suffer from any ovarian cysts or if you suffer really bad from period cramps. That tea is amazing for you. And speaking of ovarian cysts, I have another supplement that I feel like would benefit you really well, which is from Botayami Luz. This one is one that I took when I first found out that I was very anemic and that I still have a lot of ovarian cysts. So I'm like, nope, I gotta take care of that very quickly, especially those two needs that are very important to me and affect my day-to-day energy. I took the supplement right here, and when I'm telling you that it works like crazy and instantly, it really blew my mind away. It helps with infertility, it helps with endometriosis, ovarian cysts, period cramps, anemia, and a whole bunch of other things. I highly suggest you look into that brand just in case you struggle with some of those things that I also struggle with. And girlies, that is the end of today's video. I am so thankful that you decided to come hang out with me. Each of you are so wonderful and kind and are always leaving me sweet messages, so thank you so much for watching. Let me know if there's anything in specific that you would like to see next, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!